welcome to Julie's Wreath Boutique, and this video is brought to you by Hobby Lobby. Okay, it's spring. It is officially spring, and I don't know where you live, but I live in Michigan, and the weather has been anything but spring-like. So let's do a couple things. I've got to circle all the bases here, right? The first thing I need is I need a centerpiece for my table or for my kitchen island. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this could go either way, either a wreath or a centerpiece. This has been on my bucket list to do from Hobby Lobby for probably about 18 months, and I'm just now getting to it. So this right here, super easy, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, so we're going to start off with this piece, and this was a little bit of a struggle to try to make sure that we gave you a really good angle, but we're going to do our best. So the first thing I'm going to do is use some felt, and I'm going to glue this onto the bottom. Now, this particular kind of basket wreath form, I don't know what you want to call it, but it could serve many purposes. We could make this into a wreath. So if you wanted to do this as a wreath, don't worry about this step. If you want this as a centerpiece, or to sit on your mantle or whatnot, I would recommend adding a little bit of felt to the bottom of this particular piece. Then we're going to get some of that foam that we got at the very beginning over at Hobby Lobby, and we are going to add that into our basket. Now we're going to let that set up for a little bit, and then you're going to just kind of cut out the kind of stuff that's a little bit showing that I didn't really want. So this is, again, you could use a smaller piece if you wanted to, but I just cut it out. Then I'm going to use some of this kind of moss. Now, I had originally got real moss, and I don't know about you guys, but I felt like I wanted to try this grass when I saw it. So I thought, let's give this aspen wood collection a try. And oh my goodness, is it messy? Yes. But does it serve a great purpose? Absolutely. I love the way that it kind of nestled into our basket / wreath form, and it was super easy. I didn't have to add any glue to this part, and because it's like a basket and it has somewhere to sit, it just kind of fills all the spots because we don't want that foam to show, right? The next step that I did for this particular centerpiece was I wanted to add some lights, and Hobby Lobby had a great display of lights. Mine was on an end cap, and before we get the first part of the greenery in, we put the little battery pack inside of our basket here. Then you're going to take this greenery. This is one of my go-to greeneries at Hobby Lobby. You're going to take it, you're going to clip it, and have smaller pieces and smaller branches, and you're going to go back and forth, and this is going to be the base of our centerpiece. Now, I want you to keep in mind that if you want to make this a wreath, go right ahead. It's super easy to do. We'll just focus all the florals coming out one side, then coming out both sides like it's going to be on my dining room table. But this is a great greenery that every crafter needs to have in their stash. Now, once we get all the greenery that we want, we used about 2 to 3 of those little bushes. I just took the wire of the lights, and I just kind of wove it into the basket because I wanted it in the greenery, but I also wanted to kind of bring it up and through the grapevine basket / wreath form. This is a form I've been looking at for a long time, and I'm like, oh, I got to do this. And this was the perfect opportunity with Hobby Lobby's spring florals and everything here. So you can turn them on pretty easily, and you're ready for the next step. Next, we're going to add some of these ferns. I'm going to show you a clip here soon where I found these ferns. These are kind of just sold as a pick and a great accent to any floral arrangement. I feel like this is the unknown aisle at Hobby Lobby, that we get so preoccupied with all the beautiful florals that we forget about this section. I'm going to show it to you here in a moment. Now this is a beautiful planner that I got in the spring section. Of course, it had a bow. I couldn't refuse that. I had to have that. So you can get it too. But these are the flowers I was working with. All the florals that you see, you can get at Hobby Lobby, all right? Even the ones behind me that I didn't end up using, like those beautiful tulips on the side. Now we went with the white tulips. We took the branches apart, we clipped them down a little bit, and then added it throughout our centerpiece here. Now here's the thing about these tulips. They look so real, and this is spring to me, is tulips. Then we're going to use these really pretty kind of ranunculuses, and these were in the stem aisle at Hobby Lobby. Again, don't miss the stem aisle. There's some hidden gems there, okay? And I always feel like yellow goes so nicely with white and blue, and so I wanted to add those. Now, we are going to add a little bit of blue here, and I believe I used about 5 or 6 of these yellow flowers. Then I took a blue stem that I bought, just one stem, and I kind of cut it down to smaller pieces. And then this way we have that blue element in it because my dining room has blue in it. But I feel like this turned out so beautifully. And as you can see, you can make even another piece by cutting down that stem. I love how this turned out. I'm going to add one more of these ferns, but I'm going to clip them apart and then add them strategically throughout. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to just go back through, and if we have any spots that we feel like needs a little bit more greenery, we're going to add that as well. This is one of those projects that you can really make your own and incorporate your colors. This would be great for a gift, a bridal shower, any type of event where you need florals. This is it. I then added a little bit more of that grass, and we just kind of put it into the basket itself, and just to add a little bit more decor to it and kind of fill up that space. We didn't really want any void space, but this turned out beautifully, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Now make sure to go to Hobby Lobby and get that particular grass. That's what I used. But isn't she beautiful? I love her. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing these crocheted flowers. Are those not impressive? Listen, this was so easy to do that you're going to want to go to Hobby Lobby and get all the supplies and make this, because this is so kind of cottage core but also springy, and I just love it. My daughter's already obsessed with it, so let's make it. So you're going to pick all the flowers you want. There were several different kinds of these crochet flowers, so keep that in mind. This is just where I went with it. Now you're going to grab some of this floral foam. I always get the big pack because it's such a good value. We're going to cut a piece, and then we're going to make sure that it fits down in there, and that's going to hold all of our florals. You're not going to see me use any glue. Just like I didn't use any glue in the last project, we're not going to use any glue in this one either. That way, if you want to change it out, you can do that as well. We put our floral foam in it, and then we're going to go to our beautiful crocheted flowers. Now, I saw these last year and was intrigued, and then this year I was like, you know what, we got to try it. We got to use it. So I used this eucalyptus, and we are going to dissect the pieces of the branches, and we're going to start off with our greenery, because the greenery is going to be the foundation for any floral project. Okay, so keep that in mind. Good greenery, start your project. Now this particular eucalyptus, again, I always have it on hand. Even if I don't have a project in mind for it, I always make sure that my craft studio has it in it because it's so good. Then we're just going to start slowly adding all of these different crochet flowers. Now listen, I can't crochet flowers like this, nor do I want to spend the time to figure it out. I'll let Hobby Lobby do it for me, and then you can add any color decor that you want. They even had some really cute like little teddy bears, sunflowers, ladybugs, you name it, you can think it up, they'll have it there for you. So we're going to use all of this. It turned out so beautifully, and I love how it came together. This is one of those projects that's going to take very little time, okay? Then we're going to add a bow at the end, and we're simply going to tie a bow like we tie our shoes. Right? But we're going to use this greenery that had little white flowers and then little yellow flowers. Now, I did not use all of these bushes, so keep in mind that you can use these for other projects. You could also have it into that basket project that we just did for our centerpiece, but it turns out so good. The next part is we got to make a bow for this arrangement, and I just felt like it needed a little bit more. And I found this really pretty floral ribbon. It has a wire in it, 2.5 inches. We're going to cut about 1.5 yards, and we're going to tie it like we're tying our shoes. All right. Fun fact, this little vase is called the tulip vase, which I thought was perfect since we were using crocheted tulips in it. And you're going to just make your loops. Now, here's the little trick with all this. When you are putting this together, you're going to want to twist your ribbon so the right side is showing. So you're going to go back and forth. You're going to kind of pull on one tail, pull on the other, and you're going to do a little bit of fluffing, and you're going to get it to where it's just right. And once you get it all ready, you're going to clip the tails. And I like to fold over my ribbons and cut it at an angle. And this is called a dovetail. All right. That's just my preference for this. And then you got a beautiful, beautiful bouquet. And it is just a showstopper. And I love how it turned out. And our basket, we're ready for spring. All right. I got carried away. We have like 5 projects in this video, but listen, you don't mind, right? You'll just kind of hang out, learn how to make something pretty. But if you're in the embroidery like bandwagon and you've been seeing it all over social media, but you're like, I don't have the time to learn how to do that. Well, we're going to do something and you're not going to embroider. You're just going to buy this placemat, and I'm going to show you how to mount it on this, and then you have a beautiful wall decor piece. So Hobby Lobby makes it easy, and listen, this ruffle is everything. So I love how this turned out. So easy. Let me show you how. First thing you're going to do is find this placemat, get one of these little embroiderer hoops in the embroidery cross stitching section, and then we are going to cut it. Now I wanted to find the edge where it had the little separation, and I wanted to start it there. I didn't want to cut it in another place, and where the tag was, that was it. So you're just going to simply cut out only the part where it has the ruffle, because we are going to mount the inside on that embroidery hoop. Now this is one of those projects that's going to be so easy. You're going to be like, Julie, this is so simple. And you know what? If you want these placemats just for placemats, that's beautiful too, but I think it makes a beautiful home decor piece as well. Then you're going to take your little ruffle, lay it to the side. We're going to open up this embroidery hoop, and then this is the hardest part of this whole project, is putting the embroidery hoop back on. Yeah, and it's not that hard. It really isn't. You're going to find the shape and where you want it, and then you're going to put the embroidery hoop back on it. Now, I was kind of like inspired by this because I don't know if you are like me, but this is where I want you to comment down in the subscription box. Did you have a mom that cross-stitched or embroidered, and she would make stuff back in the 1980s, and then she would glue lace on the back of the frame, and then that's the way they hung all their pieces of crafting and needlepoint? That was me. Then you're going to just take the excess fabric, and you're going to pull it up so that we can make sure it's nice and tight here. I'm going to cut off the excess, and I have my beautiful flowers within here. Now here's the thing, Hobby Lobby makes it easy because they have such beautiful home decor pieces as well as crafting. So they cover it all, guys. I mean, seriously, not only do I get my crafting fix, but I decorate my home there too. So we're going to take that ruffle that we have, and then we're going to just take some hot glue, and you're just simply going to hot glue it on the back. That's it. That's how easy it was to do this. So I don't know, is this even considered a craft, or are we kind of repurposing a placemat? I'm going to say repurposing a placemat and making a beautiful kind of cottage core feel, right? And this, it gives me spring, and I love spring. It's probably one of my favorite times other than fall because of the colors and everything in the fall time. But that's how easy it is to make this beautiful piece. Isn't that easy? You got to go do this. All right, let me show you the newest trend. It's called felt needling, and this is so easy to do. Now listen, it looks like you embroidered, but you didn't embroider. And it didn't take you days upon days upon days to do this. It literally will take you 30 minutes to do this. But this, so easy. Hobby Lobby has all the tools, all the supplies. So cute. Would you look at that? I love it. Currently, I'm obsessed with geese and bows, but you know, I'm Julie, and this is right up my alley. So yeah, let's get to crafting. This is the grand finale, guys. This is the project I have been dying to show you. Now, here's the thing. We use a lot of different components here, but not all of these. These are just kind of suggestions, and I liked other things better than other products, but they all work. So one of the first things I did was I found these stencils over in the stencil section, but you can also do this. You can go online and you can print whatever it is that you want to make, right? And so I really like these fabric choices. They're called fat quarters and they come in a pack, and it's just a real economical way to do it. Now, these little frames are so cute. They're perfect for decorating your home with. So they're a little tricky to get out of the tubing there, but it does, you just kind of have to press it down and it'll pop right out. So pick out the fabric you want. The first project we're going to work on here is a goose or geese. Tell me, should I say goose or geese? Guys, I don't know. But these little guys remind me of my childhood. It reminds me very kind of nostalgia feeling. And so when I found these little stencils that literally you could double use them for this and then go use it with some paint and make a beautiful sign. But I took one of these markers, and one side is an air solid bowl, like it's an invisible ink. So after a few days, that purple ink will go away. And all I wanted to do is kind of outline the goose. I didn't need to do the feathers. I just wanted to outline it. We didn't need to do an eye. I just wanted to have a really simple outline. And this is so easy to do. And because the stencil has an adhesive on the back, it's stayed on quite well. So once we did that, you can buy packs of felt, and this stuff will go a long way, okay? There's so much at Hobby Lobby for this, all right? But you're going to take a little bit, and you're going to take a little needle. Now, I didn't realize this till after I was done, but I could have put just the one needle in that little blue tool next to me, but we live and we learn, right? But what I love is Hobby Lobby has everything. So you can use one of two things, the felt at the top of the screen or this little, oh, I want to call it kind of like styrofoam, but it's not styrofoam. And basically you're just going to take pieces of this wool. Yeah, I'm not sure why they call it felt needling, maybe because you can use felt behind it. But this is a little pieces of wool, and you're literally going to take the little tool that's like a needle, and you're just going to put it over top of the fabric and just take that needle and keep going over it. This was so much fun. This was relaxing. This was very good for me to do. Now, if you see in the background there, that piece of like styrofoam, I know I'm not saying the right name of it, but what that does is it keeps everything in place, and then we're going to pull it apart here in a moment. But this is all you do. So once you run out of wool, you're just going to go grab another chunk of the wool, and you're going to put it where you need it, and then you're going to simply use that needle to go against the lines. I would start on the outside of your project and work your way in, and that's what we did here. So we're just going to kind of speed this up because it's literally, that's all it is. You're just going to use the little needle and you're going to go into all the little spots. All right, so we did the body first, and then we worked on the head of him, and he was so easy to do. And then I got the satisfaction of getting some yellow felt, or not felt, but wool out. And we just did a little bit. Like, you kind of see what I'm doing here. So we're going to add it. And I'm going to use my fingers to kind of help mold it as well. But that little needle part, it's kind of hard to see, but it really does do the job. And so every time you put that needle into the fabric and it goes onto the little kind of styrofoam behind it, it stays put. I don't know who came up with this, but this is becoming very, very popular. And I thought I was doing the nose, but no, we're doing the little feet first. So we did this for the feet and for the nose, and it turned out so cute. I did the nose and the feet. Then I did the bow. But this is when I thought, guys, I got to go back to Hobby Lobby and I got to get some cross stitch like string. What is that stuff called? Thread? Cross stitching thread? I can't even think of the right name right now. But I wanted to outline the little bow, and I took my son and he's 12, and he was like, Mom, I want to do that for something. And so we got him the stuff. He wants to do like one of these little logos of a video game he wants, because he thought that was so cool. So not only am I going to do it, but my kids are going to do it too. So this is a great craft for anybody to learn. So I took a piece or a strand, I should say, and I put it in my needle, and then I started to kind of frame out the little bow. Now listen, this is embroidery. I'm not an embroiderist, but all you're going to do is kind of outline the little bow. All right. It's pretty simple. And if you know how to embroider, yours is going to look better than mine. But let me tell you, I was super pleased with this little goose. I think he's adorable. And this was just the perfect little cottage core kind of craft to make, because this is kind of the grandma vibe, right? And so grandma crafts have made a comeback, and I love it. I'm here for it. But let me quickly show you the next one we're going to do. We're going to do a bow. So what I just taught you, you're going to do the same, but we're going to do this one a little differently. I just went online and found a bow. I downloaded the image, and then I printed it on a piece of paper. I used a pencil onto the fabric just very lightly. You won't be able to see this when it's done. And yeah, that's all you have to do. I'm not that person who can just freehand and draw something like this. I'm the person that needs to trace. I'm a tracer. Are you a drawer? Are you an artist? Or are you like me? I'm a tracer. So once you get this done, you're going to cut this out, and we are going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to put it into one of these really cute kind of wood looking oval type of embroidery hoops that you can get at Hobby Lobby. And then I'm just going to take little pieces of this wool, and we're going to start needling it. Now, I'm going to give you one little tip. So when I started this, I would see that I could still see my line, and I would take the needle and I would put it into the wool and kind of drag it out to that line, and then punch the little embroidery hoop here, right? Again, I have that square or that rectangle like styrofoam piece underneath. Now, you will have to replace those because after I was done with 2 of these, I probably have maybe another project or 2 I could do, and then I'm going to have to replace it. But again, you could use the wool felt pieces as well that you can get at Hobby Lobby. Now, this is where I had a lot of fun. I took some of this eyelet lace because this reminded me of my mom, and I thought, how cute would it be if we added some lace to the back of it? I refrained from adding another bow. I know it was hard for me, but I did because we already had a bow in the picture. But this turned out so cute. You're going to want to use a little bit more of a fine tip glue gun to put it on. But when you have it all finished, it's going to be such a cute little conversation piece. And it's kind of like embroidery, but without all the work. So easy. And you can get all of the supplies in the embroidery section at Hobby Lobby. They've got you covered, like always. Once again, thanks Hobby Lobby for sponsoring this week's video. Now listen. If you love crafting, if you want to learn something new like this felt needlework, or maybe you want to take something that is a placemat and turn it into a work of art that looks like you embroidered it when you didn't, Hobby Lobby has you covered. And then the florals. I'm telling you, this looks so real. I can't wait to put this in my dining room. And my daughter has already claimed this cute little bundle of a bouquet of these beautiful crocheted flowers. Now listen, I'm all about the geese too. Can't forget about the geese. But do me a favor, go to Hobby Lobby this week, get your supplies. I want to see your projects. And also, if you don't have Hobby Lobby nearby, go down in the description box. Everything is linked. You can order everything and have it sent to your home. So let's get to crafting and let's make our home beautiful for spring and get into all the crafting therapy that you want with Hobby Lobby. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.